be
Third or just second?
called, when we used to have the pole guard tournament, there was a big scholarship at the back end of it. And it is nowhere near the incentive that there is in the junior girls that there was in the pole guard. So I think that should be targeted because it's incentive.
Well, we have the all-girls national.
Frankly, right now, there's a whole lot more that's being accepted from that. I'm not sure, there might have been one of those scholarships that was accepted, but I'm not sure if any of those scholarships were accepted.
I gave out a lot of them. I think they use them to get better scholarships.
Yeah, but it actually, we give small but cash scholarships that actually are unique.
But isn't we have over 300 girls at the all-girls national?
Yeah, all-girls national is doing well. The spring all-girls national.
But isn't pole guards still holding a tournament? I mean,
I can't.
Yeah, she does her own
camp with
stuff.
a camp that they pay for with an event.
So
Yeah, she runs her own tournament.
Yeah, we're talking
It's
about
their- it's
USCF
their own-
national events here.
Yeah.
It's their own thing.
So when is the all-girls national now? What month?
April.
It's typically in April.
Okay. I don't know if we'll conflict that, but yeah, the idea here was that the state tournaments would be finished, say, by March.
Yeah,
They don't have to
the
be
national
February, but they'd be finished by March.
Yeah.
And then there would be the winner of each state would place, I was saying around, I think around April.
No, not all state events are done by then, and we can't really dictate to the states when and.
No, but we can say there's a national event in April, and if you want to have your player from your state qualified, then you need to finish by a certain day.
If we're going to do something like that, that's modeled after the nature, I think you do something that's modeled after the
Yeah, I think that would be great.
and try to do it here in some way,
Okay.
shape, or form.
Just as a guy that mentioned the pole guard, just as a point of interest, the state of South Carolina, we give a $350 expense reimbursement stipend each year to the tinker and the barber when they had it, but also the pole guard. So when the skill happened with pole guard and they're not affiliated with USCF, I actually had kind of a dilemma, about what to do. Yet the girl that keeps going every year wanted to continue to go to the pole guard, and there wasn't anything out here.
we have the same problem.
So
Somebody
we
wants
send them
go,
to the pole guard.
They needed state official recognition.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we do that in Virginia. We
but
do.
you don't feel exactly good about it that you do it, because it's a good deal.
Yeah, we do it in Virginia. We offer our top girl a choice of tournament that she wants to go to, and give her a $500
Bill
stipend.
said, I just think if we have something modeled after the Ganker, and then
I guess
I have the
point
state
being,
tournaments
there's
earlier,
no
that
official
seems like a really good idea.
Deeper kind of
Well,
tournament.
let me say something. I don't think we want to have something at the same time as the Denver, because if a girl qualifies to play in the Denver, she's going to want to play there. We've had a female winner of the Denver.
Well, the pole guard, yeah, the pole guard used to always be at the same time as the dinker, and the girl had the choice of which one she wanted to go to.
Did you have a comment, Glenn?
Was it?
I was chairman of the pole guard
When they-
tournament for 6 years, and during that time, the intent was to bring one, like the Banker style, bring one girl from each state to participate in that event, and I consider those 6 years to be very successful. We brought out women from, which I think we got as many as 40 states that were represented. As to the current status, my understanding is that the pole guard event is a combination of two things. It still, to my knowledge, invites one girl from each state. That is a decision that state can choose to do or not do as they wish. In addition, they provide a camp that also includes another tournament during that camp activity or whatever. The nice thing, of course, about the pole guard, if we say nice things about the event, the fact that it provided room and board for the young ladies when they showed up, when it did initially move to Texas Tech, was a nice feature, of course. Now, where are we at in this at the present time? The question is, if you create a Dinker-style girls event, you will then come in direct conflict, it seems, with what the pole guard event is currently doing. Currently, the pole guard is scheduled
camp that also has an event that
Correct.
some
We're not
states,
comparing apples to
a few
apples.
states are serious about sending
Correct.
someone to be competitive there. Or are we gonna create something that has legitimate stature that would be a national championship level? Another thing to finish
Yes.
the report that I was giving, the next thing that we're looking to have for next year is a US Junior Girls Invitational, 8 to 10 player round robin, similar to the cadet type structure. A cadet and the junior invitational type structure.
Yeah, there may be an organization who's interested in that, and we haven't gone through.
I've got three possible hosts for it.
What would the price for that be?
Looking at scholarships, we
No,
talked with Harold and the Chess Trust, and hopefully we're going to
I
get
meant
some scholarship money.
the invitation. Like if you should win an event like that, the U.S. Girls Invitational, where would you get? What tournament would you qualify for?
That's yet to be seen. First off, we'll have to see what
I mean,
kind of
because that.
strength we can draw to. Is it going to be a qualifier for the U.S. Women's Championship? Not at first, I guarantee.
But what about the
Maybe some.
girls under like the
girls,
equivalent the world girls?
junior girls.
How are you
That's
doing?
possible.
I'm in
One
a
of the
chess
other
meeting
issues
and,
that resolves that I wanted to talk about that's sort of around this same thing happens to do with the event that just took place yesterday, the girls, US Open Junior, Girls Junior. I'm disappointed that the low turnout. I think one year we had like 25 or 26 girls that played. I don't remember what the count was. But
I think we were just short of 20.
yeah, it bothers me because we're not making good progress on that, it seems, and so.
So Dwayne, you're an expert in this, and I know that the Banker and Barber committees do a lot of work throughout the year, calling people and making sure that everybody is aware of the tournament and making sure that you're going to have participation. I think we need to either set up a committee or have this committee or some other committee take on the work, and maybe you can advise us on how we can put a process in place so that we can do the same sort of thing to get participation at the levels you have. Because, sure, we're going to hold the event, but a lot of work went into growing the Danker and the Barber tournaments, and we haven't done that work yet. So I think we really need to get to
Let me
basics
explain
and
what
do the
happened.
work, right?
Let me explain what happened. I'll be straight on and straight up. When Polgar's event was transferred, and the decision to substitute another event here at this time, nobody got on the phone and called me. Now, I'm not saying they have to. I'm not saying maybe they should have. But I would have been happy to work on creating something that could be viable. Nobody had contacted me on it, and I thought, okay, we'll work for the Danker. Then I realized that, hey, we need the younger kids as well. And the Barber was created 3 years ago, and Orlando was the first year. And, we've been trying to get everything settled or whatever. And I saw the girls' event that was here had to be something that the office was organizing, that folks around about, different states would be, supporting where they could this event. I was never consulted.
It's not an invitational though. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have been
Correct.
consulted, but I'm saying that the message of the tournament is completely different. It's an open tournament. If you want to, you show up.
And so I think that's an office function, and if you change the nature of that event, or however it goes,
So I think we as a committee ought to take an action to
There's one other
work
thing,
on
sponsors.
changing that.
Right, you have sponsors for the Banker, and so.
Yes.
Why don't we,
I
go ahead.
have trouble understanding. I don't hear much discussion about the Caswell. I thought that was the
That was
all-girls
the
national.
all-girls national that had record attendance in
Right,
Chicago.
so
we'd like to see if we can get our, some type of certification for the Casserole event. And I said, okay, turn around, point yourself north, follow Mike Needman. Mike will come down and he'll inspect everything that's being done, and in effect, advise you as to whether or not you're at the national regulation level. Fine. Mike goes down there, he gets back with the rest of the council members, he tells us, man, we're doing it right. We're not on the same line. I approached the Scholastic Council, I said, why do we not have a certification program that simply says this organization meets the national regulations? I didn't say that had to be called a national event. It just meets the national requirements. The trophies are a certain height. The playing room is certain. The skills room, concession, all of those things. Can't seem to get people to move on doing that type of certification. All it would take would be one council member to be given the room nights or comps or whatever, to go there, check out the action, say, yep, here it is. I'm checking off every single thing. But it hasn't been done nor has it been pursued.
Well, I'll take the action to talk to Mike about that.
Okay, let me move on to the next step.
Okay.
Then I read in the Chess Life that the Kasparov event has the word national attached to it. Does that mean the USCF owns it? Nope, it still belongs to the Kasparov Foundation. Therefore, is this a national USCF event? Is this a certified event having national recognition? I've never seen the motion or whatever.
Bill can
I'm
answer
sure
that.
maybe it was passed.
That's all happened before I was there, but it's a USCF event with and it had originally a 5-year contract with KCF to organize. It's a USCF national.
But at that time, originally, the word national wasn't on it. The word national's only appeared on it.
Sometime a couple of years before I came on board, Beatrice could probably give you the history better,
Yeah.
because it happened under her watch.
I want to firmly state, I do not object. I do not object to them using the word national all girls, based on, what you said. And I think we need to promote the heck out of that thing and make it go as high and build up the numbers, get those 1,000 girls, make this really happen. It's true.
And you bring up an excellent point, that we have to be very, very careful in guarding the use of the name national. There is one particular individual that's constantly trying to trick us into publishing their event as national. And that worked one time accidentally.
Yeah, I'm aware of the playing field.
Yeah, so why don't we
Yep.
try to move on, and the idea of having the,
Well, before we move
Yes.
on, are there any other national events that are girls' events? So the last one you mentioned was the U.S. Girls Junior Invitational.
Right.
Are there any
You
others?
talked about the spring national.
Right.
I believe that's it as far as the national items. Well, of course, the U.S. Women's Championships.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
all right, well, I'd like to put together some kind of a proposal, and I'm not sure whether this has to go to the policy board or not, but to encourage as many state women's championships as possible, and then the winner of those to be invited to a national tournament like I guess similar to the Polgar tournament, but that we would run, and either here at the U.S. Open or at some site to be agreed on, some conditions to be agreed on.
I think establishing that tournament will do a lot towards encouraging separate tournaments by each state.
Yeah. Right, okay, so
You would have to
So let's-
first just let
right.
them recognize, because it'll take a little while for the infrastructure to actually happen. But
right.
I'm concerned we're gonna have a women's tournament fratricide here. Now, we're gonna have so many women's tournaments, the girls don't know which ones to go to, which one has the prestige and so forth.
No, this is one person from each state. This one we.
No, I got that, because we can come back to that, but I'm talking about at the national level, having so many women's tournaments, which one is the one that I want to go to, and I kind of agree with what was said about, I mean, if the all-girls national, the one that had 300 players, is having some success, we should maybe jump on that bandwagon. I mean, because that's what we've done in Virginia. Whatever girl wins whatever's the highest ranking girl in the state, we offer her $500 and she can pick whatever tournament she wants to go to. That's an all-girls tournament.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And she just goes to whichever one she wants. And she went to the all-girls nationals in the under 1400 section, and I think tied for first.
Right,
So,
Right,
or
that's-
the under 14 age group, and tied for first. So,
I think you're very right. I don't think it conflicts with what the idea of having one whole guard-like tournament, one person from each state.
So, let me also clarify, you're talking about a women's tournament, but you are also talking about a K-12 tournament, so it's not a women's tournament, it's a
No,
girls'
that's a girls'
I wasn't talking about K-12.
Girls.
Oh, you want a women's open, I'm sorry, you want a women's invitational where one player from each state, like, well, in theory an adult, but it could be a kid.
That's right.
Okay.
In fact, in many cases, it will be.
So, you're not actually looking for a scholastic tournament that, dare I say, replaces the Polgar event.
Well,
For
so that's
instance-
what the status is with that anyway. I don't know enough about that to.
Well, just meaning that it was basically one scholastic player from each state
Right.
went to represent, and then of course there was lots of other ridiculous criteria tossed in, which made it kind of first. But
Yeah, just in terms of USCF, I'm not sure what the situation is with the pole guard tournament, so I don't know if there's any
It doesn't
connection
exist.
or
doesn't exist.
it's a disconnection. Right, and therefore this shouldn't be a problem.
right, no, I was more asking about it's not a problem, but the adult versus scholastic resolution, like which idea
So
is
two
the.
A says girls
Right,
tournament.
you already
It
does.
doesn't say women's.
Right.
So if you want a women's tournament, that's different. That's actually exciting. I mean, that's a
All
girls'
right.
tournament,
Well,
it's exciting,
I'm gonna
but
clear actually as to
you know.
which way to go, so maybe somebody else can.
Okay, the idea behind the girls' tournament was to get more girls involved, not necessarily people that are already in chess, that are excellent, that we would take one from each state. And I mean, that was what the premise was behind this. It was when I had approached the state, some of these tournaments was a side event where only 4 people were playing, and they weren't that high up. They weren't that rated high. But it was about getting involved. So the idea behind this is to get girls into the pool. It is not about getting the pool guard situation where the best get the best of every state and put them all together. So you guys have to decide.
So I think we're talking about two different things. So I think we've had a useful discussion about something different than what you intended here. And we need to have a discussion about this subject also.
I would make a comment to what you just said. However, and it's what Bill was talking about, by having that tournament, and then I can go back to the state and I can figure out how to get women involved and want to go to it. So it helps, I think. It helps us on a local level.
So can I interject? I think that we've had discussions of 3 tournaments come from this idea here. One might be a U.S. Girls Invitational where you get one representative from every state. One might be a U.S. Women's Invitational where you get one representative from every state who may or may not be a girl. And one is we want to make sure that there is increased participation at the state level.
Is there a way to incentivize tournament organizers to have either prizes that are dedicated toward women or recognition for women or even all girls events where you get some sort of reduced TLA fee? Like if you have a prize for top female in your state tournament, you get $10 off your TLA. Or if you have an all girls state championship, it's a free TLA or something like. Is there a way to do something like that?
There's always a way to.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about incentives.
I think we need to move forward with the Denver style event that will bring one girl from each state who will be selected by the state affiliate. The name of the event will be called the National Girls Invitational. I think it's time to do that now. It's time for
Anyone in these tournaments ought to be named after should be passed along. Dwayne?
Behave.
Yeah, I think the herring all-girls national sounds pretty good.
Neither is Dwayne.
No, it's Dwayne.
That was my point. I'll meet you after the meeting.
The women's champion that won so many years in a row, Gisela.
But Jacqueline Piagorsky just passed away.
Yeah,
She was a great patron. Yeah.
Truly, you could not. I mean,
There's
I
also
grew up
silver
with the
winner.
Piagorsky Foundation. I was at those events where those plaques were presented year after year after year. And then when I continued running my company, you know, the Piagorsky Foundation year after year after year. So I think the search can move forward and we can find a person who truly can be honored for their contributions.
I don't think it will be hard.
No.
Yeah, that's not, worry isn't the name, worry is, if you want to go ahead, let's organize it.
Too bad she's so young, because Crush would be a great thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, you have a point, and that if you put names in front, sometimes the girls coming to these tournaments may not recognize some of these names. But if you just kept it as a generic national USCF all women's girls national tournament and make it the national tournament, not Casper, not Susan Polar, but just in all that, then people with each of the state affiliates would recognize that is the main one and only girls national tournament. If you add a name to that, then it could become Gasper or whoever else
Well,
that has to add that national.
To clear up, the Casper thing, that's actually our tournament,
Right.
they just run it for us, and that would actually
Yeah.
be the main national event, because it is an open national event. Just like the Dinker's not the main national event, they're the Dinker champion, it is a national championship, but it's the champion of the state champions. The Screen National winner is the national champion.
Actually, what we want is a sponsor that we can put the name.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we want.
If you get the sponsor, we're willing to let them do some advertising while they are sponsoring the event. That's part of how those deals work.
Like Maureen said, you don't have to put a name on it. I mean, it takes 5 years to make a decision, and you wish to wait a little bit of time or think about, that type of thing. But by moving forward and creating a national all-girls invitation, then you have national all-girls invitation, then you have.
Excuse me, I have a suggestion or point. First of all, I think we just have this for an hour, which is good now.
Yes.
So number one, as far as we've come, we've talked about this particular kind of tournament. Maybe I can work with you, we can put this together of exactly what we talked about in regard to that tournament and try to get something, I guess, to the policy board as soon as possible and start what we can do with that.
Well,
In terms of,
if we'd like to continue this discussion for people who have time, the boardroom is empty, right?
well, we can do that, but also, since we're thinking of having another meeting anyway for people, why don't we just continue that at that point? And I was suggesting 5:30 on Saturday.
I can't do that, but you can do it without me.
Okay, well, you're really busy, so I'm going to say we're going to try to do it without you, not because you're not invited, but just because we. So 5:30 on Saturday, and we'll find a room, we'll put up a notice, so we can continue with part B here, and anything else that we need to do. But please, everybody, make sure your contact information is on the list. I'd like to follow through some more with some of these items, and I know Isabel will too, Ruth, and everybody else.